Okay, so here's where we left off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of bring the mountain graphics in here and then here and bring in some images here. So maybe we'll start with that those mountain graphics. I think I'll grab these ones here. Maybe I will do Command V. I did a Command C to copy and then a Command V. I think I'm going to ungroup these and just grab like one or two of these and kind of just bring them together. And then maybe use that Pathfinder tool to unite them. And maybe bring the opacity up from 81 to 100%. And let's see. I don't know. Let's do W. It doesn't look great, but it's not too bad. Oops. Let's push W again. And maybe I'll just delete all the, or maybe I'll just move these further away here so they're not in the way. So I have that one, Command C, Command V, put it over here to kind of, and then Command C, Command V, and we'll just kind of skew it a little bit. That might be too much. And bring that one up to kind of meet with these. So that's not bad. It's kind of the effect I was going for. It doesn't look as good as how I actually did it here. I actually used like the transparent one that I had and kind of, but for sake of trying to save a little bit of time, we'll do it this way. And then we'll use that rectangle frame tool, and we'll just kind of bring in an image into this. Go to the properties panel, do an auto fit, file place, and then go into our images folder and look for an event photo, which I had a couple Brewfest photos, maybe this one. Open that one. And then if I go to the white arrow tool, I can see the actual size of my JPEG. I think it's a JPEG. Yep, Brewfest JPEG. And I can just size it up a little bit so that we can kind of see a little bit more detail of what's actually going on here. Maybe something like that, kind of a close-up of these people. We can kind of see the park, we can see people socializing. It's not too bad. And 0. Maybe just line it up perfectly with the top of the text. And then we'll select this box, go to Properties, Text Wrap, and we will click on Text Wrap around Bounding Box. So we get this, and let's just kind of make this a little bit bigger. So this is actually the spaces that are at the top of this box, the bottom, the left side, and the right side. So if I make this, you can unlink these actually so they become different if we want them to be a little bit different. Something like that would probably work okay. I don't really want a text wrap on the top of this. Actually, yeah, I do. I'm going to make it bigger so that the events goes over to the side there. The bottom, I can actually make it, yeah, we'll keep it like that. And then that's looking pretty good. And actually, I will just bring this up to where it's flush with events, because that's going to probably look a little bit better. Something like that. Now this text, since we have it, justified, it's getting a little, I don't know, not so good looking, I guess. We could either make this thinner, and sometimes that helps. Having thin boxes like this can really mess up, especially if you're justifying things. Can really kind of mess up things. I mean, I could try bringing it down and having a couple lines of text go on top of it, and actually bringing down the wrap on the top a little bit so it's not quite It's not too bad though, actually. So maybe something like that might work. This doesn't look like 16 anymore, but maybe it is. Yeah, it keeps on bumping because I'm moving it, but maybe something like that. This looks pretty evenly spaced, so that'll be okay. I mean, this seems like a really small image, but it's actually 1 inch high by 2 inches tall, which is actually fairly large. And we're probably going to have to move, so I'm pushing shift, I'm selecting that image. I'm just going to tab this up like 3 times and bring these on top by doing arrange, bring to front, and I will just try and get as much text in here, because when I'm bringing in these images, it's making less room for our text. I might have to size it down, the text, the body text. I could, you know, it's at 10 right now. This could probably go to 9. I don't know what I have it in here. It's on 10 in here. But I have it at 14 instead of 16, which maybe I should probably think about doing, because I just don't think I'm going to be able to fit all this text at the current setting. So we'll do 14 instead of 16 on the body text. It's definitely a little bit tighter. What do I have in between these two? Oh, I do have spaces in between the paragraphs as well. So I mean, here we could do maybe like 20. This could be 20. I want it to be. Something like that. And this is still not right. It keeps on messing up. Okay. It's kind of hard to get this dialed in, but anyway, I think I'm not going to mess with this too much, because then this can take a while getting this all dialed in. But one thing about this is maybe I should just put a return in and have it be at 14. And so I'll just go through and kind of, you know, put in some bolds where there should be, or mediums, probably bolds, where there needs to be bolds, because some of these need to be bolded, to kind of bring out certain information. So this is Summer Brewfest. This is about Devlin Trail, so I'll make this bold. This one's about Rotary Canyon Trail. I think I actually made them like different. So this is something that should be bold. You can change the colors like I did in this one. I'm not going to do it with this particular one, but, and then I did make a many thanks area. I don't think I need to bold anything. It could be, this could maybe be bolded just to kind of bring it out. I don't think that is totally necessary though. So one thing we could try to do is we could try to get, you know, all of this text on one page. Maybe I'll shrink this down a little bit. Fix this. It's kind of annoying that keeps on happening. And then what we'll do is I'll add in these other boxes, and then we'll be done with this. And we definitely want this to be lining up. So I mean, I want this to line up visually, you know, this line to line up with that. And then hopefully I can fit the rest of this text and then maybe just have this also line up with sometimes you just have to eyeball it. Line up with that. And I might have to move this up to create a little bit more space for my text. So that's not looking too bad. I mean, and we can add in more images, and I'll do that on my own time here. And I'll, I'm just going to use the text frame tool, the auto fit, and then I will do the text wrap, and then we'll have more images in here. So when working with big chunks of text, it does help to have returns in between the paragraphs to kind of segment up the text a little bit. And to create these, headline type things to segment it up even further. If I do Command plus, I kind of notice I'm missing. Well, I don't think I'm actually missing spaces here, but it looks like I am. So if I do an Option and then, no, that doesn't work. Maybe I'll just left align this text, which is going to be kind of weird. No, that doesn't work. It just looks weird to me. I wonder if I can do these separately. No, I can't. That's all right. We'll just leave it like that because at least it didn't look. I don't know. It just looks like there's no space in between here, but maybe if I just put a couple. There we go. That sort of fixed it. Sometimes you have to go in and do stuff like that. So I had to put a space in here, and it kind of created a return, and it made this not super spaced apart, but like not super close either. So yeah, this is looking okay. I could maybe put another image in here somewhere, but I think this is pretty packed full of images. Obviously the text I gave you is really a lot that you're probably going to have to, pare down a little bit. I did widen up my paragraphs a little bit, so I'm going to actually change the width of this one to match, and then I will change the leading here too because I made this 14 on the other page, and I want them all to match. I want there to be consistency throughout the design of the brochure. Okay, so I think we're done with the brochure design at this stage. Now we can take, if we do Option Command L, we can unlock. So Option plus Command plus L. I'm going to just drag the template off to the side. Go to page 1, click on it, and then Option Command L to unlock our template. Move it over. And there we go. Move that over. And then just check our bleeds real quick. Make sure that they're good. And then I'm going to go around and I'm going to look at every single one of my images, starting with the front panel. I'm going to use the white arrow tool. I'm going to make sure my info panel's open, and lo and behold, this is an RGB. The effective PPI is good on this one. So if I go into my links panel, I can do a command or a control click, edit with Photoshop, and we can open this up in Photoshop. I can change this image mode, CMYK color, do Command S, go back into InDesign, and let's check it again in our info panel, and it's CMYK now. So I'm just going to go through, I'm going to have to do it to this, well, this one, yeah. That one automatically updated. It's CMYK now. This one will be RGB, so I'm just going to go through and change everything through my links panel. Doing that edit with, control clicking on it, or right clicking, edit with Photoshop, go into image mode, CMYK color, and Command S. And hopefully that updated. Sometimes it just automatically updates, so it did, because I saved over the old file. So I'm going to do that to all the images. And I'm going to also make sure all the effective PPIs are around 250 at least.